What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this time we've got two cars for you because there's two brand new cars in the Crew MOTORFEST. We got the Liberty Walk McLaren, and then we've got a new Porsche Taycan Turbo S. What's the edition? Thunder Edition. We got a Thunder Edition Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Let's go. All right, let's start out with the Liberty Walk McLaren. This is the very first viable McLaren in MOTORFEST. Now, I will give a little bit of credit to the Goldline P1, but the Goldline P1 is really like uncontrollable for most people. This car is actually very controllable for most people. It's also quite fast. It has very good turning radius. It just feels overall very good to drive, extremely stable through bumps and off-road. It is a very good car. It just lacks a little bit of power. So it's definitely not going to compete for the top meta spot, but I absolutely believe this is going to be a viable car in the grand races. On top of that, it is a beautiful looking car, just amazingly good looking. This is a great job by Liberty Walk. Anyways, let's talk about its test time. So on my test course, Achieving Immortality, it ran a 1:19.701, and to get under 120 is really, really good. The top 20 cars basically are going to be running faster than 120 on that course. It also runs at 2:24.917 on Legendary versus Rivalry. Now that time is just okay. If you look at this spreadsheet, a lot of the top 20 cars can run a very good time on Achieving Immortality and then also run a good time on Legendary versus Rivalry. This car is actually very good at guttering, but like I said, it struggles a little bit with its acceleration, and because of that, it doesn't run a super good time on Legendary versus Rivalry. It's an okay time, but not a great time. But I will say this, the car gutters very well. So I think a lot of you are really going to enjoy driving this car, and I think you should pick it up as soon as possible. You can buy it directly from the MOTORFEST store. It's not an exclusive car. It's not a Summit car. This is something you can get right now. Just go to the store and grab it. It is under Liberty Walk. Remember, it's not a McLaren. It is a Liberty Walk. They've branded it that way for some reason in the store. Anyway, let's take a look at the tune, and then we'll talk about the Porsche Taycan. All right, let's talk about the Thunder Edition Taycan Turbo S. This thing, first of all, looks great, but it performs so well. It is very, very good on a short track. It's extremely good on Kyusha Spirit. It ran my fastest time ever on Kyusha Spirit. Keep in mind, this time is without Nitro Chemist. It's without any NOS affixes. This is just a test set of parts. I ran a 210.323. That is incredible. It is super good. It turns very, very well. It doesn't understeer like the regular Taycan Turbo S. It actually handles really well. It is going to replace that old Taycan Turbo S, and if you didn't get it in last week's Summit, you are out of luck, at least for now, until the Prestige tickets start to take effect with next year's content. I'm blown away with this car, and I highly recommend you guys try this out. Those of you that actually got the car, try this car out in the grand races. Let me know what you think. Put your comments down below, but this car is extremely good in terms of acceleration. Now, top speed is where it struggles. That being said, if you look at the test time on Groundworks, it actually does okay. It ran at 3:21.032, and that is actually on the better side of things. Now, there are cars that can run it way faster, like the Hurricane being a 3:16, or you know, the NSX or the 993. Those can run a 3:17, so it's 4 seconds off of that. But keep in mind, that course is all highways, and for this Taycan to even come within 4 seconds of that, being that top speed is its main weakness, is actually really good. The car definitely is phenomenal. It is in the top 20. In fact, it is ranked number 10 right now on Street 2, and that makes this car super viable. The one thing I didn't like about the original Taycan is that it's so specific in its use cases in the grand races that it's kind of like you don't even really pick it, you just go with something else. This car, I think you can actually use. Anyways, here's the tune for the brand new Taycan Turbo S Thunder Edition. Again, I can't recommend both of these cars enough. They are really, really good. If you missed out on this one, I absolutely recommend picking this up once you get your prestige tickets for the year 2 content. Anyways, that is it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the 2 new cars. We'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.